All right, Ryan Diyin4D, and we have a client that, dear client, Bonnie's awesome. This is a fifth wheel. It's got a water issue. The AC unit is bowed in from the weight of it. So there's our logo and everything. Thanks for liking, subscribing to this channel. Now we're going to go back to some photos about the issue. The slope is 3/4 inch to 1 inch. On the far side, the unit's actually closer to the door, so it's a little bit less slope and there's less of a water there, or there's actually no trace yet. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and measure out and really see that thing is dead on level. So at this point, we can assess the amount of gap, or at least the slope. So it's actually sloped a little bit going back down towards the rear of the trailer, which is fine. Really for this analysis, we really want to see the left to right slope anyways. So that's a shot there where that's the main water issue there. There's none on the right of that unit looking at it right now. Took the cover off, and then I'm going to show you something right now which is key. So in that unit where it would have been up on there, there's a little molding right there, and I was telling you about that. So that's where the water collected into, which is really showing you the trace of that water coming in. Here's the vids. There's about 3 or 4 vids.
Gave us a ring, told us to come out and having issues with leakage. This is on a 20, it looks like a 28.
Yeah, and so that's really, I'm not sure the size, but it's really on the outside seam that's coming in.
Got a lot of rains. And then the unit itself has water in it. Right here. So, you see in these little, there you go, compartments. There was water. And then I didn't see any water in here, which tells me, of course, now that's pooling right there. It did have water on the floor and everything. They've already cleaned it up. So it could have had water in that one spot there, but obviously water has.
And then on these videos coming up, you'll see a little bit better analysis.
And there. So we've already seen the top before. We already installed the furnace. There's an AC or Insta hot water, Fulgati. Now we're on the AC unit. So we took it off, and it's easy to see it's bowed. And we'll get the levelers out and see how bad it is. But at this point right now, we're just gonna start peeling away on the inside here, because it will need to be first testing this unit, which we're about to do right now, so that she knows, it's not her name's Bonnie, knows if it's working or not. And then from there, what we're gonna do is peel back this seam in here. There's gonna be at least from here a 1x3. We'll find out what it is. And then on that box, yeah, so there are 1x3s there. And then that's boxed. So you can expect 1x3 or 1x3 here coming across there, and another one we'll find out here on this side. But that's the ducting. Yeah, the durotherm. Okay, we're gonna test this unit out, see if it works first, and then go to the next thing.
So one object on here, the client didn't have.
All right, Bonnie. Hope you're
electricity,
having a good day.
so
this little clip here is for you. So we're testing.
We're still able to test it.
The durotherm, and so far, we're gonna go to each section. Right now, we're on the fan. So the fan has fired up. It only draws 15 amps.
It's a really solid unit.
Actually, plug in. So right now it's not bad as far as cool air. Right now we're on the fan low. So we're gonna go all the way each one, and then the cool keeps going, and it actually has heat too. So we're just going in succession. We just turned this guy on, and you heard it. So that's a good sign. Your fan is on medium right now. We're gonna go one more notch, and your fan's on high. So right now your fan is blowing cool air since it's cool outside. What we're gonna do now is test and see if your cool is gonna
Condenser.
be cool on low.
The condenser will kick in, and I may have unfortunately stopped the video here and didn't.
All
Let's
right,
see
sorry,
if I did.
had to get
No, I did. Okay.
So right now your condenser kicked on, and you can hear it.
Yep.
It's blowing. So seems like your condenser, which is back there, I can't really see it. It's pretty
Yeah, so the unit will need to be cleaned, but other than that, it's a solid unit.
all those
Condenser kicked on, the heater kicked on. See that? There's all your silt is the term.
So bad. That's a big job.
So we'll take the vacuum and get all that out.
Anyways, the condenser had kicked on. Now that condenser will leak. So eventually here on a hot day, that water leak
On the outside.
would end up causing damage up here.
So it'll continue.
Okay. So that's that side. And it's also wired for heat as well.
That's another side besides
so it
rain.
looks like your unit's working.
So in other words,
All right, so we're right on the bubble.
yeah, here's the leveler.
And you got about, I'd say 1/2 inch to 3/4.
That's 3/4 to about 2.5.
It's basically about 1/2 inch.
That's pretty good slope coming in. And then once again, summertime, that condenser up on top is going to drip leak water outside. And it's supposed to pool
that seam
out.
Right there. That is a different seam. That's the entryway. There's a little bit of water now coming down onto that roof. And then I wanted to
Sorry.
take this video so that you can see there's a 1x3 frame going here on this side of the cabinet and come over this way, and then there's going to be another 1x3 here through this cabinet and through there. And so,
Which is really where you want to put your beam, right there.
It's easier to do the 1x3 on this left side of the seam, but you still have an issue there. That obviously has to be cut out. So that's a panel. And I just wanted you to be able to see some of the options that you have. It's like that beam you'd have to cut here and run it all the way across and bring it up to this wall. That's one option. Don't worry about this metal.
That's right there.
That's where that one would go.
Yeah, that'll come off.
And then
it'll be on the inside.
Is you don't have a seam showing here at all, and your problem's way over here. But more than likely, there's another seam here, or it's about right there. So we're not positive yet on that one. Usually when the box is there like this, there's the seam right there. It's running right through.
So we're not going to be putting a beam there. Not there.
Because that's where that box
It'll be on the right, the other side of the right side.
One right there.
At least that's my suggestion.
So it's unknown yet as far as that, but there's definitely a 1x3 frame going that way and there. Okay. So we needed to discuss.
This is the last video for the assessment on this one.
There's no water coming up on that side, going into the unit.
Which is good. It means stronger. It's also closer to that.
So where your cabinet is.
Yeah. Which means you have
no
good
water
pitch
leak on that
still.
side.
Or not as bad.
And my assessment is on the seam on the outside of the roof is where that water was came in.
Yeah.
It trickulated through here.
It's where the roof and the wall meet.
Right there. That's my assessment as far as that problem. So the unit doesn't necessarily have to have a beam yet, but it looks like the issue would continue no matter what, because you are level as far as the left to right.
All right, so that's the end of it there. That was for the client 2. That's how you want to come in and assess, take some photos of all the work that you're going to do, be able to show them what your analysis is. And so with this one image here that we're looking at, where that word water issue is, that's the side that you're going to want to put the beam that's going to come through on that side. One, it's maybe you can't see it in the video, but it's already sloping down away from the unit. So right now it's actually puddling all around the unit. So if we come up where that water issue is and actually put a beam to take it up, probably 1.5. So your slope's roughly 1.25. It's going to come up half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. So you're really jacking it up close to 2 inches is what we're having the analysis on that. We're not totally sure of it, but that's roughly it, because it needs to be above what the slope is so that it'll continue to at least go away from the unit. Now you're still going to have issues on the outside with being able to do the permatape all around to help stop any of that pooling in those sections. That'll eventually find their way in and really destroy a beautiful interior design. So that's my assessment on it. Hope that helps. Be safe out there and take care. God bless.